As students gear up for back to school, many new college graduates are on the hunt for that first job. New research from Harvard says there is a way to significantly increase your likability, which certainly could come in handy for a job. Dr. Cheryl Ziegler is joining us now to talk about this. And it sounds pretty easy. There's like one thing that boosts your likability. What is it?
It's like a 1+2 thing.
Ooh. Okay.
It is ask a question, followed by 2 follow-up questions. Ask a question, you got to have 2 follow-ups afterwards, right? And to make it even better, they really studied this. Not just a mirror question. So if you say, I'm thirsty right now, and I say, oh, so you're thirsty right now? Doesn't count. No. That's not really that high a quality, right? So if I say, how was your weekend, Sam? What'd you do? And so then you say, oh, I went to the park, and oh, really? What park did you go to? And then one more follow-up question. What was your favorite
follow-up
part?
questions based on that first question.
And genuine follow-up questions, right?
They have
Not
to
like
be
rhetorical.
Genuine. Yes.
So what is the research telling us that these follow-up questions increase your likability?
Well, it's really interesting. So there's some headlines I've taken this, and they're good ones, like, this matters more than your IQ. And in a sense, it does. They followed people. This is a longitudinal study, and they followed people IQ. They were looking at what's more important, sort of your IQ or your EQ. Your EQ seems to win out every time. Wow. So you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. What you have to be is sort of the most likable. You have to understand how people are feeling. When should I mirror you? When should I ask you for something? When should I back up? And they gave examples even if you're in an interview. So asking smart questions in an interview like, what do you find to be the most challenging part of this job? What do you find to be the most helpful resource here? Those are the kinds of questions that show not just like, you thought about it and you're like, okay, I'm going to ask a scripted question, but that's the same exact rule. I ask you that question, you give me an answer, I still have 2 follow-up questions on that question. So it works in interviews, it works in workplace settings, and I was thinking about all these new college grads who are either looking for jobs or just starting their jobs. This is really important.
So 2 things come to mind with that. One, you're listening, which is a skill that some people, you talk about it, none of us, we all need to practice that skill more often. Yes. You're listening to get that follow-up. But I also think about all these college grads, some of them are, they're all COVID kids, whether it was in high school or in college. That changes your EQ in many ways.
Absolutely. And when we look at the way that these young adults have been socialized, there's not always as much reciprocity. Because if I'm on social media a lot, there might be a one-way thing, right? And they communicate a lot electronically. So now all of a sudden they're in the real world and they have to look at people in the eye, a good firm handshake, a true genuine interest, even my body language, right? And so I can't ask you that great follow-up question and then have a buzz in my pocket and look at my phone, right? And so it's really interesting. I mean, what they basically said is the data just really shows that your EQ is actually probably more important than your IQ. You've got to know people, you've got to know how to talk to people, you've got to know how to present yourself, and that goes very far, and it's curiosity that's really at the core of that. Being genuinely curious about things goes a very long way.
I love that, but I'm glad that you're saying it because hopefully, some people watching or, because I think anybody, whether you're a college graduate or not, you can learn from this. So what happens if you're introverted? Does this empower you? Because you kind of have a roadmap now?
Yes. So they talk about how if you're a more introverted person, or maybe this isn't so easy for you, it's like, okay, I can work on that. What's one question, 1 + 2 follow-ups, right? And yeah, at first, sometimes introverted people or people who aren't as good, they might seem like they're practicing, and it's okay. I think people appreciate when you're making the effort, especially if they can notice that you're more shy or this is harder for you, but you're being genuine, and that's at the core of it, curiosity and being genuine. So if you are an introverted person, it's okay, still go in with that formula, ask those kinds of questions, be curious about those around you. It goes a really long way.
Yeah, being authentic. I mean, I think sometimes even saying, I'm nervous or I'm not, this isn't, How about the idea of that question being really important? That also requires on their end research.
Yes. So what's really nice is you can go into this going, okay, people who are likable are attuned to other people. They are well-informed. They're curious. When they don't know something, they're going to ask the question. So I need to go in there. There's no perfect formula. It's like if you go in and you go, okay, this is my one tip, the 1 + 2, that's it. But after that, you really want to be present. You want your everything to say like, I am curious about the job, your weekend, your son, whatever it might be. Like asking those questions really goes a long way. And so they looked at salary, they looked at longevity in jobs, they looked at all these different factors, and the metrics were higher for those people who had that likability factor to them.
Wow.
I love that.
That says a lot. And good luck to those college grads. I mean, it's a tough time right now out there. So
It is.
stick with it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ziegler.
right.
Thank you.